Hey folks, and welcome back to Ahad's Automotive. Now I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, but you have to blame it on the pandemic for this one. But hey, I'm finally back with this, the brand new 2020 Hyundai i20. So is it the best premium hatchback out right now? Is it the gold standard of the premium hatches? Well, let's go ahead and find out. Now starting off with the exterior, the first thing that catches your eye is the headlamp. So you got a projector headlamp setup, an LED DRL, a static cornering lamp, as well as your indicator towards the inside edge. Below that you have your projector fog lamp that's housed in a pizza-like shaped place. I guess I'm just hungry. But now coming back and taking a look at the car from the front, you can see the parametric jewelry design grille finished in gloss black. It's got an arrow-like design and it looks really nice. So as you can see, the headlamps join from both the ends, right below which you have your front splitter finished in gloss black as well. Taking a step back again, you can see the muscular bonnet lines that go around that look really well on the car. It gives it a muscular appeal. Now coming towards the side, the car does have a bigger wheelbase this time, so it does look a bit longer. Walking up closer to it, the welcome function is activated, the mirrors fold out, and the puddle lamp is activated, which is located below the mirror. It's an actually very useful feature. Now, taking a look above, we have a sunroof which is available only on the ASTA O variant. Coming down, we get a look at the 16-inch rims in diamond cut finish. They look really well. They aren't as polarizing as the exterior design is. So coming towards the side, you can see these strong character lines that begin from the front fender and go all the way back till almost the tail lamp, as you can see. And then we have our chrome door handles with the request sensor. This does have a smart key. And right below that, you can see the side sill finished in gloss black with the i20 branding. Do you remember, this is called the i20 now, not the Elite i20. Now another interesting design bit is the chrome that runs up until the C-pillar, which then kinks forward to give this wedge design like inspiration. It looks really sharp. And right next to it is your aero fins that is similar to what we've seen on the Kona EV. Now let's take a step back again. Let's look at the car from its rear. Again, designing is very sharp. I like it very much. You've got your boot lid that's finished in a dual tone color. So half of it is black, the other half is the body color that you choose. The chrome strip, not to my taste. So the tail lamps, the Z element in them is LED. You've got your i20 branding inside them. And coming towards the center again, let's take a look at the bottom of the bumper. So you've got your fake diffuser, which is finished in gloss black again. And if I zoom in, you can actually see the rear parking camera that's located over there. Nice placement, by the way. So let's take a look at what is the shark fin antenna that is supposed to be a segment first feature. The spider is not a standard accessory. So let's open up the boot. You've got 311 liters of boot space. It's not class leading, but it's decent for a hatchback. So on your right hand side, you have your luggage lamp. On your left hand side, you have the Bose sound system's subwoofer. So it's a 7-speaker system. This is part of that 7. So let's quickly close the boot. So once you switch on your car, disengage the handbrake, your LED DRLs light up. They are super bright. Even during daytime, they're super clear. And right below that, you have a projector headlamp, which throws out white light and is super bright again. Now, I haven't driven the car at night, so I can't comment on how good the performance is. Now it does have a stuttering cornering lamp as well as the indicator, and that's the side indicator on the mirror. Now going towards the back, as you can see, the Z element is finished in LED. Only the Z element is LED, and as you can see, it's bright enough even during day to be seen. And now with the brake pedal pressed, you can see it lights up even the high mounted stoplight as well. Now to get into the i20, it's a smart key system. As you can see, it's got 4 buttons: lock, unlock, to open the boot, and to honk. Now you can walk up to the car and press the request button to unlock the doors, and it's got a welcome function as well. So now opening up the doors, you can see you're welcomed by an all black door pad with blue ambient lighting and a very decently sized bottle holder. So taking a look, as you can see, the blue ambient lighting and the door pockets over there. So you have your switches for the window controls where only the driver's side is illuminated for some reason. Now taking a look at the interior, it's all black once again. And taking a look at the seats, they're super supportive, they're very comfy. They're finished in fabric, but for the turbo variant, they're finished in leather. So taking a look at the pedals, decently sized, you've got your dead pedal over there. And if you can see closely, you can see some of the blue ambient lighting as well. So once you're inside the cabin of the brand new i20, it is completely new. I mean, take a look at the steering wheel. It is from the Creta, but it isn't flat bottomed. You get your 4-spoke design. You have your audio buttons over here, that is mute, mode, volume up and down, track seeker, accept call, decline call, your menu changer, your cruise control, speed up, speed down, pause, and your OK button for the MID. Now let me just start the car up. You've got your keyless go system over here. As you can see, it is a completely digital speedometer and RPM meter as well. Now talking about the digital speedometer, on your left you have your digital speedometer with the digital speed readout and the fuel gauge. In the center is your MID, and on your right is the RPM meter with the digital readout of the RPM and the temperature gauge. So you have an anti-clockwise RPM meter readout, which can be a bit confusing, but hey, it looks cool. And the speedometer reminds me a lot about the BMWs. Anyways, so like I said before, on the steering wheel, if you press this button over here, you can cycle through. So this is your tire pressure monitor. This is the Highline version of it, so it gives you accurate readout. This should be standard in all the cars, by the way. So then you have your accumulated info, which you can go up and down. So right now it has my drive info, my instant fuel economy and the average that I've done, and again accumulated info, a compass. Now coming to your stalks, you have your headlamp and indicator stalk on your right, which does have an automatic headlamp option, and you have your wiper stalks on your left, the correct way it's supposed to be. Now on the right hand side of your steering wheel, you got 3 buttons. So zooming in, they are the headlamp leveler, the DRVM button, and the traction control button. So once you disengage your handbrake and press the DRVM button, you get your rear camera's display on the center screen over there. Right now I'm going to engage the reverse gear and show you how the reverse display, that is your parking camera as well as sensors, work together. Now the next important thing that comes to your eye is this gorgeous 10.2-inch HD crisp touchscreen display. Like, it is one of the best out there in the market right now in this segment. So right now it's switched off, but still you can get your maps, your radio and media, and your time. So to switch it on, It has soft touch buttons. That is a problem. There's no physical buttons. You've got your setup menu. You got your favorites, which is a customizable button. So you can, once you touch this, you can customize it to where it wants to go. You got your media, your radio, your navigation, your map, volume up, volume down. So for example, if I press setup, you get all your various menus. So you get sound, voice recognition, device connection, vehicle, navigation, display, your button noise, your general, and your BLUELINK. BLUELINK is the connected car tech that is there in all the Hyundais right now. So you get the same stuff here. Unfortunately, in this vehicle right now, it is not activated. So I cannot show you completely on how it works. As you can see, it shows the SIM's not working, the BLUELINK's not working. Then you've got your media. If your phone's connected or something, it shows up there. Since there's no media, it shows no media off. And if I press the menu button, the home button, you get to this scrollable, menu like face, where again it shows you all the options, and like Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Oh, and the USB video that can only be played when the car's in a standstill with the handbrake applied. You've even got an e-manual to know more about the car. So this is a 7-speaker Bose sound system. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a Bose sound system. It's a 7-speaker. So you've got 4 speakers, 2 tweeters, and a subwoofer, which I showed you earlier in the boot. Unfortunately, I can't play you any music right now because that would mean getting a copyright claim. But you have to take my word for it. As someone who's an audiophile, I love the speakers of the car. It isn't going to blow your mind away initially. You get your settings right. So if you go to sound over here, you can see it says Bose. I hope you can see it now correctly. So you've got your position, sound tuning, all of that. So set it according to what you like, and you're going to get the best out of the system. I can show you the speakers right now. Let me just open the door. And you've got a tweeter over here. Now coming a bit down from there, we've got our aircon vents, the hazards, the automatic AC temperature control system. So the auto AC system is very cleanly laid out. You have your fan control that goes up and down. Up and down. Why did I show it in the opposite? So you got your temperature up for higher temperature, low for lower temperature. You've got your AC, your rear defogger, front defogger, where you want the direction of the air, your recirculation button, your off button, and your auto button. So if I press it to auto, it goes there. Now right below that, we have a USB port to plug in your media, a charging port to fast charge, and a 12-volt socket. And this alone tells you how good the quality is inside the car. It's brilliantly done. Right below that, you have the segment first wireless charging pad, and you can see all the slots. They are the cooling function. So at a certain point of time, when your phone overheats while wirelessly charging, there's a cooling function that cools your phone. How cool is that? Pun intended. You've got your shifter knob. This is a 1.2 liter manual 5-speed variant. You've got your air purifier over here. You've got your handbrake over here. Your sliding armrest with some storage inside. I hope you can see that. It's a bit dark. And over here you have your AC vent, a glove box, a decently sized glove box, which is cooled, by the way. So on top you have your review mirror, which is a manual version. So you've got your SOS button, your roadside assistance, and your BLUELINK button. And above that you have your sunglass holder over here, your lights, and here comes the party trick, a sunroof. It's a one-touch sunroof, so just like how the name implies, it's one touch. So now it's completely closed. As you can see, you can pull the blind manually if you want to, and if you press, it goes into ventilation mode, which is really nice. So to bring it back from that, just press it and hold, and yeah, you're done. It's big enough for a hatchback. It's not like a panoramic sunroof, but still, it's brilliant that they decided to add this into a hatchback. The only other hatchback that comes to my mind that has a sunroof is the Jazz. Getting into the rear of the i20 isn't that difficult. The seats are a bit low, but apart from that, it's very easy. So, right now I'm in the rear seat of the i20, and look at the legroom. Well, I hope it's dark. I'm sorry for that again, but it is generous. I own a 2013 model i20, and this is how that looks. So compare that to this, is a huge improvement. You've got your armrest, which is comfortable. The cabin width is brilliant for two people, but it might be a squeeze for three. You've got your rear quarter glass over there and your adjustable headrest over here. Overall, the rear seat space is really good. Backrest is brilliantly inclined. Your thigh support is decent, and I would rate this on par, if not a bit better than that of the Altros. So what powers the i20? Well, in my case, what I have in front of me is the 1.2 liter petrol with a 5-speed manual, but you can have the same with the CVT. Now, if you're more of an economical person, there's a 1.5 liter diesel with only a manual transmission, or if you like them hot, there's a 1 liter turbo petrol with the DCT or an IMT option that puts out 120 horsepower. Now, talking about the colors of the i20. So what I have with me right now is the Starry Night version. But apart from this, you can get it in metallic copper, polar white, fury red, titan grey, or typhoon silver. Now, if you want the dual tone option, you have two options. You have fury red with the black roof or polar white with the black roof. Getting it in the dual tone option also means that you get red accents in your interior. That's on your AC vent and on your door cards as well. Talking about the variants of the i20, it comes in 4 variants: Magna, Sportz, ASTA and ASTA Optional. Now the variant you're seeing on screen right now is the Sportz variant, which I personally feel is the most value for money variant. As you can see, it loses out on the projector headlamp, but it still has the LED DRL housed into the fog lamp. Now you do lose out on alloy wheels, but you do get 16-inch styled steel rims, which look decent enough. Now taking a look on the inside, again it doesn't lose out on a lot of feature. It still gets the full digital instrumentation cluster, all your audio controls on the steering wheel, as well as an 8-inch touchscreen. You do lose out on the automatic climate control though. Talking about the most important aspect of a new vehicle, safety. So, how safe is the new i20? Well, to start off, it's got 6 airbags, hill assist control, vehicle stability management, electronic stability control, a high-line tire pressure monitoring system, the emergency stop signal, which means when you press your brake under an emergency situation, it blinks, ISOFIX points for your child's seat, DRVM, that's a driver review monitor. Now, the dual airbags, ABS, rear parking sensors are standard across all the variants. Normally at this point in the video, I'd be handing out points to the i20 on how well it did. But unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on every single variant there was. So it is kind of unfair that I get to judge the i20 based on only the 1.2 petrol that I got to drive for 5 minutes. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to list out 5 things that I like and 5 things that I dislike about the new 2020 i20. Now let's start off with the things that I like. I love the design of the car. It looks sharp, sleek, well balanced. There's no round element and I love that. Next thing that I like about the i20 is the space it offers. It is a genuinely comfortable car. It's got good amount of space and the 311 liter boot adds to that. The third thing being the equipment. It's packed to the grills with features. Now there are a few missing. I'll come back to that later. The fourth one being the drivetrain options. It's got a 1.2 petrol, a 1 liter turbo and a 1.5 diesel. There's one for everybody out there. The final thing that I like about the i20 is the BLUELINK application. So I'll be linking it in the description below, what BLUELINK is and what the features are. So you can go have a look about that there. So the things that I dislike. The first one being price. It is priced at a significant premium over the competition. But then again, you do have to sometimes pay more to get things that are not offered. The next thing is equipment. Like I said, it has a lot of equipment, but it's missing some. For example, it does not have an auto dimming inside rearview mirror. You don't get the full LED headlamp as in the UK variant. You also don't get the full digital display that is there in the UK variant, which has changeable speedometers and RPM meters. The other thing that I hate is that we don't get a true blue manual transmission in the turbo. You do get an intelligent manual, but that's not the actual manual. The other thing that I dislike is the fact that we only get one interior color option, and that's the all black. I love all black interiors, but the thing with all black interiors is that it tends to make things look smaller than they are. So the space inside, although really good, sometimes doesn't seem like that. And the last thing I dislike about the new i20 is that it has no automatic diesel, which was the perfect opportunity for Hyundai to take the market by storm. So that's my initial impression of the new 2020 Hyundai i20. Now I'd like to take a second over here to thank Mr. Rizwan and Mr. Bala from PSM Hyundai. They have helped out a lot during the making of this video. So if you guys are in Chennai and plan on checking out any Hyundai product, I request you guys to go check it out at PSM Hyundai. And finally, thank you so much for watching this video. Do leave a like, do leave a comment on what you think about the new i20, and do please subscribe to the channel as it helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, wear your seatbelt, drive safe.